Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just okay. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Miss Maisara, the chairman of this meeting. I would like to welcome our auditor who is in charge for being the leader of auditor at Gemilang Mesra Sdn Berhad to our meeting this morning. This meeting is conducted via online due to the pandemic of COVID-19 nowadays, and we don't want to take any risk of spreading the virus among our employees. Okay. Today, we are going to cover a few details about audit and let everybody get their own way. So, without wasting our time, Miss Secretary, you may start.
Thank you, Ms. Chairman. Before we start our meeting, I will introduce myself. My name is Ms. Dina, the secretary for this meeting. For today's meeting, we have our auditor to clearly define the audit scope and help to remove confusion about the audit program. So I will let our auditor to introduce herself.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss Aisha and I will be leading the team auditing for Gemilang Mesra Sdn Berhad Company.
Okay, nice to meet you, Miss Aisha. Glad to see your teamwork spirit to audit this company.
Thank you so much, Miss Chairman. I will do our best for our We will do our best for our audit firm. Let me start with the scope. The scope of today's audit will be the inventory purchase and sales department, which include the inventory order, inventory receipt, and subsequent payment.
Okay, you may proceed, Miss Aisha.
Next, for the sampling, we will select a random and representative sampling of evidence during the audit with the objective of producing a balanced picture of operations. There is no way we could possibly conduct 100% inspection of everything happening here, but we believe our sample will provide an accurate snapshot of current operations.
Okay, actually, we have no problem with your audit planning as long as your team follow all company's rule and safety precaution. We hope there is no problem that affect the company's internal control.
Okay, noted. We will follow all of the rule and won't cause any trouble. Before that, do we need to make any changes to our audit plan? Let me know and we will talk about possible alternative. We don't mind changing the timing of any of our activities to suit the operations.
Okay, I think it is just nice and no changes needed. But you may ask the company if in case they want to do any changes that suit their operation.
Alright, Ms. Chairman.
Okay, next for the from the scope of audit, How can you know that the company have any problem or weakness relating to inventory purchase and sales department?
So, before we start with the weaknesses, I need to ask them a question, which is the question is, does the company practice segregation of duties for checking the good received and recording the telephone orders?
Hmm, good question. By that question, you will know either the company does practice segregation of duties or not.
Yes, that's the point. If the company does not practice segregation of duties, our team have detected a weakness of internal control and it may cause fraud happen due to only one employee who is in charge in recording the orders and checking the inventory. This kind of weakness will bring a fraud to your company because more mistakes can be made by one person. I would suggest the company to practice the segregation of duties in order to have a better internal control and more systematic.
Hmm, brilliant idea, Miss Aisha. Thank you for your suggestion. And Miss Dina, please take a note.
Alright, Miss Chairman, I already take a note about that.
Okay, good, Miss Dina. Then, is there any other weaknesses in the company that you want to discover through questionnaire besides of no segregation of duties?
Yes, my next question is, did the company usually taking the orders from the telephone?
Sorry, but what is the purpose of that question?
So from that information, there is a weakness that related to the purchasing a new inventory. If they ordered new inventory through telephone, if company buyer ordered the new inventory through phone, misorder information can easily happen. The suggestion to solve these weaknesses is your company can use proper written or printed order list. For example, use purchase order and fax. And it is better to use any computerized system.
Alright, I will take this as a good suggestion for this company improvement.
Okay, Miss Aisha, any more question for the company?
Okay, I have more question to ask about that company. My question is, what do your company use to record the sales transaction?
Alright, good. Next question.
Next question, are the manual electronic cash tills are better than computerized cash system? And the electronic cash tills are being handled or not? And then are all daily takings record being updated or not?
Okay, I think by those questions, they will consider to use computerized cash system in the future, since there are many risks if they use electronic cash till for many transactions.
Yes, I do agree with you, Miss Chairman.
Next, for the next questionnaire that I will ask is, did the company check the quality of the inventory once they receive the inventory?
Wow, that is really a great question because sometimes they have a company which didn't check the quality of the inventory. I think the quality is important as the quantity.
So as you said before, for the question for quality, but do you have any question for checking the quantity of the inventory?
Yes, I do have a question about quantity for inventory, which is, do you verifying the goods received equal with the purchase inventory?
I think both of the question about quality and quantity is very compulsory question to ask to every company. Do you have any other question to ask?
Next question is, whenever they want to keep the evidence, did they retain the details rule of the transaction? Because of what I know, the company that I audit is using the electronic cash tills.
Okay, I think you need to add up this one. I also want to know, did the supplier send any document to the company for authorization?
From what I know, the supplier need to send the invoice to the buyer for authorization before being forwarded to the accountant department for entry into the account record and subsequent payment. And I need to know whether the company performed the authorization before they submitted the subsequent payment.
Yes, the company did perform the authorization before being forwarded to the account department for entry into the accounting record and subsequent payment.
Great. Is there anything else you want to add, Miss Aisha?
Yes, for the control activities, which is the operator will change the till rules on daily basis to make sure daily transaction correctly record in order to achieve the objective of accuracy of the transaction.
Oh, I see. But how about checking the quantity of the inventory? What kind of the also objective for checking the quantity?
That's a good question, Ms. Tina. The control objective for checking the quantity of the inventory is existence. This is because we want to check either the number of inventory that the company purchased is equal to the inventory received. Therefore, if the result is same, it proves that the inventory is exists.
Wow, that is very, very good information.
Bravo, bravo, Miss Aisha.
Thank you, everyone.
But I have a question that I want to ask. During the process of receiving the inventory, is there any report or documents that should be signed?
That's a great question, Ms. Tina. I can use it as my questionnaire. So to answer this question, as I know, there is no report or document that the company buyer should sign when he receives the inventory. This is because when there is a document to be signed, the document will be our evidence or proof that we had received the goods or not.
Good job, Miss Aisha. Is there anyone want to add something before we end our meeting today?
For now, I don't have any question to ask because all explanation from Miss Aisha is very clear.
Thank you, Ms. Tina. Personally, I already gave all my questionnaire for this meeting. I hope the report that we must present to our audit manager soon will be great.
Thank you again, everyone. You may dismiss this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chairman and Ms. Tina.
Everyone.